Assalamu alaikum. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about dealing with breakups, how to heal and move on from them. I'm going to just share like a few points for you guys and elaborate more on them, then let you guys to use my information and use it to heal and move on from whatever type of breakup you're going through, no matter how small or big the damage is. You can still work through it. Nothing is hard, if you put your mind to it. So let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is things to avoid after a breakup. um the first thing you need to avoid after a breakup is self-blaming. Blaming yourself for whatever happened, whether you guys left on bad terms, which usually is the case. When a breakup happens, it usually gets messy and it hurts both the people, and usually you tend to suffer. So don't blame yourself for whatever happened between you and the person. Try to get yourself out of that self blame. Try to not blame yourself, and just everybody has a fault when it comes to relationship. That's why it's called a relationship. It works. It only works if two people are in the relationship. So you can't make it work, with only one person. So you can't also blame yourself alone. He also takes a fault, and you also take a fault. Everybody has their own faults, and sometimes it's good when you part with whoever it is, because Allah tends to show you that whoever it is that you're with, it's either the wrong timing or the wrong person. And you should try to think of it like in a positive way. Like, okay, why did me and so break up? Yeah, it might be because the person isn't right for you, and in the long run, you're going to eventually get hurt or be permanently hurt. Maybe the after you guys get together, the marriage and everything, and it still doesn't work out, or you get like all the bad things that come with marriage. Of course, everyone will go through it, but then yours might be a bit more. And Allah never gives you too much of what you cannot handle. So think positive, and it's either the person is wrong for you or it's wrong timing. You might find the perfect person at the right time, at what you think is the right time, but then it's not the right time. Maybe you have other things that you need to focus on yourself, so Allah has his own ways of keeping you away from all the bad things that you don't know are coming, because you don't know the future. Only He does. And if He takes something away from you, something that you love so much, just sit down and think of it in a positive way, because it might be He's keeping you away from harm. So the second thing to avoid is isolating and withdrawing yourself from people. When you go through a breakup, you don't, I mean, yes, you're allowed to cry, you're allowed to be sad and everything, but don't push yourself away from people. When you isolate yourself, your thoughts tend to be worse. Your negative thoughts become more extreme. You'd want to hurt yourself or cry more or whatever, starve yourself. Don't do that. When you isolate yourself, you like push away everyone, and when you come out of that isolation zone, you realize that you've pushed a lot of people that care about you. So after a breakup, try to, yes, you're allowed to cry, but then try to hold on to your friends and people that are trying to be there for you. Don't push them away because, oh, whatever you wanted did not happen. Don't do that. And don't withdraw from all the social things that are going on around you. Don't withdraw from school. Don't stop studying. Don't stop eating, please. When breakups happen, it's not always a bad thing, and even if it is, it's not even always a bad thing. Forget about it. It's not always a bad thing. There are many more fishes in the sea. And I'm sure you might be thinking, oh, he was that big fish, he was that he was the right person for you. Allah knows best. He knows why he took you away from that person. So don't isolate yourself, don't withdraw yourself from your friends, from your family. Try to be there, try to be what is it called, present. Yeah, try to be present. Talk with your friends, open up. If you need to open up, talk about it. When you talk about things, it's a way more easier to move on from them. So yeah. Okay, so the third thing I want you guys to try and avoid is swearing off future relationships and like being like, oh no, me, I'm never gonna date again, I'm never gonna see other people again. If idan ba shi ba sai rijiya, as some people say, if it's not him, then oh, that is the end of the world. Sister, it's not the end of the world. Or brother, it's not the end of the world. You would find someone better, or they might come back to your life at a better time. Don't say, oh, because I broke up with this person, the next person, that's how men are. That's how some women always go about things. They're like, oh, all men are like this, all men are trash, all men are scum. No, not all men are like that. That one person that you met might be like that, and treat you he might be treating you like that. You're the only person he's treating like that. Maybe because he doesn't want to be with you. But whatever the reason is, don't push other opportunities in meeting better people, because of course when someone new tries to come into your life, then you put up walls and boundaries, yeah? And you're like, oh, you don't trust the person, you don't this. Yes, of course, nobody's asking you to trust a new person completely 100%, but give the person a chance. Give them a chance to show you like what they can bring to the table. And you two don't like not bring anything to the table. Still try to improve on yourself. Don't always drag yourself down. So when just don't swear off dating. Just make sure that you give other people a chance. Don't say, oh, because this has happened to me this one time, then it's gonna continue happening. No, it's not gonna continue happening. You will find someone that will treat you right. It's just a matter of time. Or that same person might come back and he will treat you right. Maybe he didn't have the means to before, and he can still come back and treat you right. Or she can still come back and treat you right. Okay, so the last thing I want you guys to try and avoid is um removing reminders of the ex and acknowledging your feelings. Whatever the person has given to you, it's not really a good thing to hold on to, things that bring back bad memories. So if you have his sweatshirt, or he gave you a bracelet, or she gave you a ring, please put it away or give it out to charity. You need to let go of that bad, you know, especially if you've been through a toxic relationship. Please try to like throw all those things away or give them out to other people that need it, because you don't need it at that point. You're trying to heal, you're trying to move on from this person. So try and if he sent you letters or if she sent you letters, burn them, sister, burn them, brother, burn them. You need to get rid of them, because having them would always hold you back. Reading those letters again, or seeing the ring again, or the bracelet or the shirt, it will always bring back memories. So try and cut that off. When you cut that off, then you allow yourself to feel all the feelings. Okay, I've let go of this certain item or object or thing. Then you allow yourself to feel your feelings and process them and go through them, so that you can finally just move on from that stage and allow yourself to heal. you know Okay, so now I want to share with you guys 4 other ways in which you can move on. At first I started with what to avoid, after a breakup. Now I'm going to tell you guys what to, do to start the healing process and moving on, So the first thing I want to talk about is find closure. It's sometimes hard to go back and ask the person, oh, why did you do this? How did you do this? Especially if the person like cheated or was lying behind your back or something, betraying you, all these things. You would want to have answers, yeah? Go and get those answers so that you can be at ease, so that your mind can finally rest, so that you can, move on from whatever it is that is holding you back. Go and ask the person as many questions, and please be mature. The other person I'm talking about, you two should be mature. Come and talk about whatever it is and move on from it. Don't go back. I'm not saying go back, especially if it's a toxic relationship. I'm not telling you to talk to each other, then find some sort of sad way to bring back the relationship. No. You're here for closure. You're here to talk about things so that you can put your mind at rest, not for you to put your mind back in stress. That's a good one. Put your mind at rest, not back in stress. So, yeah, put your mind at rest. You're not there to rekindle or restart any feelings. No, you're there to close the feelings off. You're there to be like, okay, I want to know this, I want to know that, I want to know this. So when you find out whatever it is that the person did, how they did it or why they did it, or give you whatever answer you're trying to look for, then you can finally be at ease, rest and be like, okay, so this is what the person did, and this is the reason why, and now you have a reason to actually like start walking away, to turn your back from that, So yeah. Okay, so the next thing you would have to do after finding closure is setting boundaries. Yes. Please, after a breakup, after you've gone through the closure, please, it's advised to block the person. Yes, I know there's some people that don't mind being friends after that and they don't want to like cut off all other communication with whoever the person is. But one thing happens when you don't block them and you don't move away from them, especially if you still have feelings, then you'd always hope that okay, something might happen. And if you do want the relationship back, and you think that for some reason that it's gonna work out in the future, there's always istikhara, which I'm sure you guys have heard of. Pray to raka'ahs and ask Allah whether or not this person is good for you. If the person comes back, of course, then you know that yes, he has come back for the right reasons. But if you see yourself like pulling away from the person more, please move away from that person. Allah is trying to show you that this person is not right for you, and you should stop. It's not possible to stop having feelings, but at least put the feelings aside. Okay, so blocking is like I'm just giving you an example. I'm not telling you to go and block the person. It's just like an example of how to like set boundaries. Set boundaries according to how you think it will help you. I'm just giving an example. It's my opinion, After a breakup, I would want to block the person, not have any communication so that I can move on from whatever has happened. The third thing I want to share with you guys is avoid rebound relationships. Going into a new relationship with scars doesn't really help. The person you're trying to hurt has already moved on. Yes, as much as you don't want to know it or hear it or see it, whatever you're trying to do is not going to help you by going into a new relationship immediately after a breakup. That only happens if you really didn't like the other person and you just move on. But when you go through a breakup, it's serious. So you don't go and make a new relationship 2 weeks later thinking, oh, so person knows, or you're just trying to hurt the other person. It really doesn't work. You're gonna hurt yourself, not the other person. So avoid making new relationships, after a breakup. Focus on yourself. Show them that you can achieve and you can do better things without them in your life, and your life is better and improving without them. Okay, so the last thing I want to share with you guys is focus on your personal growth. There is nothing sweeter and better when it comes to revenge of, showing the person that you don't need them to make it. Making your own money, improving yourself, looking better, looking healthier, you know, both mentally, physically, everything. Showing them that, oh, they were not really, even if they were a big part of your life, you need to show them by being better, by focusing on yourself and your mental health, that you can do it without them. And there's nothing better than that. So please, after a breakup, don't lock yourself up in the room. Don't starve yourself. Don't push people away from you. It's not gonna help. It's just gonna make things worse. Honestly. What's the point? Just tell me, give me a scenario where it makes sense that after a breakup, you make yourself look like hell. You look horrible. You you're just basically, you just downgrade yourself so badly that you don't even recognize yourself when you look at yourself in the mirror because of some guy or some girl. People, we can do better. Honestly, we can do better. Look at the person and be like, boy, bye, girl, bye, and move on. When you move on, things get better. Your life gets better. Focus on yourself. Eat healthy. Read books. Make money. Find new strategies on how to make money. Honestly, sometimes when people say money doesn't buy happiness. It does. Maybe it's because you don't have enough. But it does. It at least reduces some sort of pain that you're going through, Because, when you have money, you can achieve a lot of things. And I'm not saying, don't come for my head. I'm not saying that money is like everything or it can solve all your problems. And if it could, trust me, there would not be so many sad people around us. But it doesn't. Do your own thing. That channel they wanted to open, and he was like, oh, don't open that YouTube channel or else. Or that business that you wanted to start, and she was like, no, don't start that business, do it. What can they do now? They can't do anything. And please, even if you are in a relationship, follow your dreams and your hopes. Do what you want to do. Another person should not, especially if you guys are not married, that person should not have any right over you to tell you what you can do and what you cannot do. Unless he's, of course, advising Islamically. That one, you can go and do your own research and be like, okay, I understand where you're coming from. But no, because you want to do something that will help you, that will better yourself, and they're like, no, don't do it. Who are they? They can't do that. So that YouTube channel they wanted to start, please go and start it. That business they wanted to start, go and start it. Nothing is holding you back now, apart from yourself. And that's why you need to heal and you need to move on from whatever it is that's holding you back. Because when you do that, then you can be better and reach for the stars. So I hope I've been helpful, and the information I've given you, you guys would use it and help better your lives. And if you are going through a breakup, look at me. You can do this. You can do this. Put your mind to it and you can do it. You know you can. Your brain might be telling you, oh, you can't, but you can. And you're the owner of that brain, so you can completely change that perspective, So I've come to the end of my video. I hope I've helped you guys and shared helpful information. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And share if you guys have any breakup stories that you want to share that you moved on from. Please, the comment section is always available for you guys. Thank you very much. Masanava.